excited to see what Chovy can do onto this one. Obviously, what he can do in this one up against Kaney.
And it's all about trading in the mid lane, because if you want to get push, you need to push with your body. You cannot just push with your skill shots because you are melee champion, right?
Yeah.
So you are
Oh, hold the phone. Doran is solo killed in the top lane by Ixu. Shuts him down on a poke damage. Down in the bottom side too, we got a TP coming in here. And Ixu is going in. He's so angry on this bear, and he picks up a second kill. Yeah. For sure. If they were just like, ah, yeah, whatever, guys. Like, let's just hang it up and go home. It's like, why? What are you doing?
No cleans.
Sunday and Prince are not doing that. They're here to win.
Oh.
They're here to basically solo kill Deft. He had no flash and trigger. So all these matches have huge implications.
The setup. The TP ward is behind there, by the way.
Yeah, here we go. Trying to set it up. And here comes Doran, immediately going to get exhausted. Ixu zoning them out, and Doran goes down. Toby's turn. He's going to get a nice Vanguard's Edge into there, but not nearly enough damage. As Pyosik, that's a flash forward and a massive spear into Deft, and they have the AoE damage as Kaney should be able to clean these up. It's not the cleanest dive I've ever seen, but they're still going to win it as Deft is going to try to chase down Mia, who is eventually going to get shot in the back.
Well, smart choice with rotation, but I guess Keria is looking for the flank.
Yeah, it's not exactly slowing it down. They're just going in there. DRX trying to open up the kill here, and they're immediately going to take out that Ashe as finally DRX finding some success here. Flawless is going to get chased down as well. Yeah, I mean, they're going to use double TP to get in here for the Cloud Drake.
So they're taking 5v5, and I don't think this is going to one-sided.
Yeah. Could really go either way here. Depends on how it does open up. Roots on to the Volibear. And the soldiers are forward. You can see Kaney, even though he fell behind, he's beginning to get some items and really do a great job of poking, as that is going to go the way of Lilia. Arrow comes out here. Vanguard's Edge, Chovy thinking about the engagement. It's not going to happen. Here we go. Lilia going to land so much damage and to sleep onto the Volibear. And DRX are able to just push forward through the team of Sunday Prince. As we're diving, you bet that we will, as Flawless is going to flash the wall and look to get out of here. Pyosik super fast, especially with the Cloud Drake Rift, but okay, we're thinking maybe we're gonna dive the turret as the arrow is going to go wide. They're going in for this one. The stun onto Kaney. No Emperor's Divide and no follow-up at all. As well, 5v3. They are not going to win this dive, as there's the Emperor's Divide finally comes in. They're going to get Pyosik, okay, but Doran coming in looking to try to clean up on this fight. Here he comes. Doesn't look like there's any exhaust available, so he's going to get the one, comes back, will pick up the bear.
And you know what? Kinda, okay.
Oh, Doran is just okay. He's all alone. But he's over the wall now. He's going to dash away. Finally, Ixu's going to use it as Kaney comes in from behind. But Ixu is being torn to shreds as Chovy is in your back line. And not much you can do about this Aurelia now, as you would have liked that. And maybe a defensive Emperor's Divide. But other than that, you're not really feeling too good. And in classic Sunday Prince fashion, they will look to fight as they find Chovy here on the right side. Ixu has a stopwatch. It will save him for now, as, wow, that was a massive heal coming out of the Nidalee, but they just turn onto the Nidalee. They don't care about them. As on the left side, Pyosik is going to go down, as now Trigger is all alone. That's a cute little TP. As suppose he'll come in from behind, and now they're looking to go ahead and TP up to the top side and potentially push in for this game. Just Chovy things, you know. Because he's really good in the lane, but also farming into the later stages of the game, he is also quite good. As here he goes, going in for the kill, looking for it. Ixu going to regain some of that life, but that's not really going to end. They're looking for the fight as Chovy is out of this, but Unbreakable comes up, and the bear is just going to have no chance here. Trying his best. Okay, the shield comes in, and the extra stun, and there's the health regen, and man, that made it closer than I thought it was going to be.
Maze Death Dance plus... Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, engaged here. Doran is going to have to go into his zone. It's pretty early. The Emperor's Divide hits the wall. As now Pyosik coming on in, looking to do some of that poke damage. Deft, the real carry of this team at this point in time, just corralling them, and they're just going to stop the backs. Chovy coming in here, looking to push and end the game, as Shuriken will go wide. Nice little Zanyas comes in from Pyosik, as Mia's like, please no. Throws up the white flag, but he will be executed as well. Triple kill goes over to Senna, and we are going to go to a game number 3. The second one going to 30 minutes. But Torewon Prince, I would say, in a game and a half, they took DRX in a game and a half, right? They couldn't quite finish off this one. Chovy did do the most damage by the end of the game. As, to be fair to Chovy, by the way.
Well, we're back after DRX versus Torewon Prince. Game number 2, and DRX extended the series to game number 3 with this game 2 victory. At the beginning of the pick and ban, DRX banned out Illaoi and Nar, a target ban up against Iksu. Torewon Prince took Volibear, one of the top tier champion here in the meta, especially in the jungle. And Torewon Prince, with this Volibear pick, they flexed it to the top lane. And recently, FPX versus V5 series in the LPL, well, top Volibear was not having a really good series. Well, it's not that Volibear is having a bad stat as a champion, however, well, Volibear cannot assert his dominance down to the bottom lane if it goes to the top lane. Well, they did manage to get some points with that Ashe ultimate and with the Volibear roam play. However, outside of that, DRX was able to come back from the deficiency. At the end of the game, they were able to shut down the key players on the side of Torewon Prince. DRX managed to hold on to the late game, and they were able to punch back to the face of Torewon Prince. Torewon Prince, they were playing in a very hasty fashion as the game went on to the mid game. We could definitely see how the players were getting the tunnel vision here. And we saw a brown flank coming out from Keria. This is not a super play or an outplay that a player cannot react to it, because when Keria was going into that rush, he actually stuck his head out from that push, so Ashe had the opportunity to spot him, but well, he was only looking at the opponents in front of it, but everything around him went black. DRX is such a strong team. So, as Torewon Prince was in a huge lead, they were too focused on making some setups instead of being a little bit defensive up against some of the potential gameplay that can come out from the opponents. After this fight, well, this game went to a landslide, and we could see that Torewon Prince were losing their confidence in this game. DRX regained their confidence at the same time. So Torewon Prince, they were too afraid of their opponents. It felt like they already knew that they lost this game, so they were always running for the kills. Volibear engage has always to be followed by the Ashe damage, but Azir was the only frontliner in this team, and everyone else was just hesitating all throughout this fight. We could tell that Torewon Prince was losing their confidence, but DRX, they had a very solid plan for dealing with the situation. Torewon Prince, they were really focused on the combo from Ashe Ultimate and the Volibear Engage. However, they need Plan B, Plan C after they get to face, after they kind of miss their opportunity. Because we just saw Braum going for some of the outplay to turn the table around, and also Senna managed to pick up 3 kills in the middle of the game and close out the gap between the opposing AD carry. So Toda and Prince, they definitely need to learn how to get rid of all of the losing mindsets in this game, and DRX managed to keep their winning mindset in this game. So let's check out the player of the game, of the second game of the series. Keria on Brown. Once again, another POG going over to Keria. This was the unflanked team fight we just saw earlier this segment. But this was not the only highlight that we want to mention for this Keria's POG. Toda and Prince, they only had one setup for this game, the Ashe ultimate and the dive from Bolivar, but Keria read them like a book. Brown is definitely in a rough position during the laning phase, and yeah, this was a hard game for Brown to pop off, but we saw why Brown is picked by some of the teams, because he has a very high contribution for team fights. If Brown can zone out some of the main characters on the side of Toda and Prince, well, it was actually easy for the rest of the DRX players to find the opening to turn the game around. Definitely some sort of a Captain America style of shield coming out from Keria. And Keria picked up 7 votes out of 12, so let's move on to the decider game between DRX and Toda and Prince.